Hi, this is Custom New Creations coming at you with another action figure review. This is the Robot Spirits Tamashi Nation's RX-78-2 Gundam. This is a really awesome figure. Lots of articulation and a whole truckload of accessories. It's got a nice matte finish all over it, and I just want to put him in a nice beam saber pose just to show you the dynamic emotions of it, and I hope you enjoyed the posing montage at the start. I thought I'd try something new with this review, and I might continue in other reviews, so expect to see more of that. But yeah, so here's the beam saber. It just slots in the back, but I thought it'd look cool for a posing montage, and I will go into more detail about the beam sabers. But yeah, it just basically clips on the back, and then you put the blade in, and then you can take the blade out, put it back in the actual back slot, and then you can switch blades and things. Anyway, let's have a look at the details. As you can see, really solid figure. Lots of expression can be had because it's just got so much posability. This is probably my most posable figure I have. Well, actually, the 3-0 Optimus Prime would be that, but this is a close second. So, looking at the details, it's really nicely painted. It has all the vents and even the Vulcan cannons on his head painted nicely. You actually get two V-fins. You get a soft one and a hard plastic one in case you actually don't want to use the hard one in case you could chip it or snap it, so that's good. It's filled with panel lining, so if you were one to panel line kits or even Gundams in general, this would be the figure for you. Everything's done in a really nice matte finish, so it's not glossy or shiny. There are shiny silver elements, the dark gunmetal grey, but that's only to break up the sculpt, and it just looks nice overall. It's very metallic and real. The cameras are done in a nice glossy red. It's like a metallic red, so they look really nice. The eyes are actually done in a glossy yellow, which sort of gives off that look of life in the eyes. The shield is done really nicely. It's got a ton of connection ports, which I will show off later, but basically you get a bunch of connectors and you can connect weapons and things to it. Now, pretty much all my RX-78-2 figures, even model kits, have the weird handle at the front. I'm not entirely sure that's for, because I've tried to put it in the hands, but it just doesn't work. I'm pretty sure it's just there. There might be something that I'm not aware of, but yeah, it's on a few of those kits and even figures, so yeah. So, accessories, here's where things get interesting. So it comes with the ball and chain, the anchor. I'm pretty sure the RX-78-2 uses this in one episode. I forget which one. But this thing clips open and you can actually just wrap the ball and chain and the anchor around there, and then you just close it up. It's by clip. Really easy, really simple. So, and it's actually a die-cast chain too, so it's not going to break anytime soon. But yeah, the shield, as you can see, that's on him, so that's one of the accessories that are included. You also get his hyper bazooka, and it has two hands that are specifically made to hold this bazooka. So this is one of them, so this will be for the left hand. Really nicely painted, and it's actually molded in a few different pieces of plastic, so you don't have to worry about paint chipping, because in some parts there's not paint. There is a little bit of white paint though, but a lot of it is actually just molded in different sections, which is really cool. Also comes with this for his beam magnum, which is really cool, the beam rifle. Here's all the connector ports. So basically they can connect in any of the ports, like on the sides of his arms, on his legs, anywhere with those little clips, it just goes in there. So it comes with a lot of those, which is cool. Very handy for storing weapons. Here's another one of his hands. So he came in about 10 sets of hands? Well, 5 sets of hands, so it's 10 hands on all up. So there's one that's a slight variation, so this is for the beam magnum. You can't use this one with the hyper bazooka, but it's for the beam magnum. Beam magnum is actually pretty posable too, which is really cool. And then this machine rocket grenade thing actually slots into the gun itself. Pretty easy, you just have to slide it in and then push the tab up into the beam rifle. It's cool. So yeah, really nice. I'm so glad this isn't a model kit, so I don't have to worry about breaking anything, because it's actually a really solid figure. I'm very happy with it, and it's a dream to pose. So yeah, the clip can come off, so you can actually move the scope around and stuff. Do not move it too much to the left though, because otherwise it will just fall off. It doesn't break, but it will fall. So yeah, you can just plug it into his arm by the ball joint, obviously, and you can also store it in a few areas, like on the back of his shield and such. Now, here's the soft V-fin. So the one I use is the hard plastic one, because I think it looks better. But not to say the soft one doesn't look good, it's pretty much identical. I just prefer the look of the hard one more. It's more matching with the plastic, which is cool. 2 beam sabers, like the actual blades, so you get the small ones, but you also get 2 big ones, or 1 big one, sorry, that sort of slice in a slicing motion, as there it is. Also comes with a bigger beam saber hilt, which is cool. It's very dynamic, very, very handy for posing. Like, you can pull off some really awesome samurai poses. So we've also got a beam javelin, I like to call it. I'm not sure if that's its official name, but very, very spiky. If you touch it, you can pretty easily cut yourself. It's very spiky, which is actually good because it makes it look sharp. So he's got 2 open palm hands, he's got 2 fists, as seen on the figure right there, 2 grippy hands, and the Hyper Bazooka hands. So yeah, as I was saying, this blade with the double hilt looks really, really cool. You can pull off some really nice poses with it. He also comes with a giant mace, which I'm not entirely sure where to put it. It's like on a stick, but I can't figure out where to put that stick. Anyway, here's articulation. So it's got a double ball joint, so one in the head and one in the neck. So it swivels really nicely. It has a full range of motion. You can go forwards, backs, left to right, side to side. So that's always handy. And you can do the head tilt, which is cool. So you've got a double jointed waist. So there's a waist joint in the bottom and then one in the top. So the top of the abs like hook into the bottom and the bottom hooks into the actual waist area. So he's got a full-on out to the side 180-degree bend at the shoulder. He's also got a posable shoulder cap, which helps with like getting all the way up, if you will. So basically you can just hinge the arms all the way up to recreate that really cool pose that the RX-78 does before it, gets destroyed in the fight with the Zeong. So double jointed elbow, you've got a swivel and a hinge in the fist, and the fist itself is on a ball joint, so no problems posing there. So for the hip skirts, every single one of them is posable, the front, the back, and the sides, which is so handy because most model kits actually have just the butt flap is just paralyzed. It's basically non-existent. It's there, but it has no range of motion, which really ruins some posability when you're actually trying to pose these figures. Double jointed knee, I absolutely love how there's a groove for the actual thigh to like sort of cut into the calf that cuts into the thigh. The toes are on a hinge, and you've got basic ankle swivel and forwards and back rocker. And also the ankle pieces above the ankles are actually posable too. Very easy to pop off because it's literally a tiny ball joint, so be careful with that. But yeah, this figure is absolutely awesome to pose, as you could see from my posing montage at the very beginning. So yeah, very happy with this figure. So here he is with some comparisons. So we've got the HGUC Zaku 2 Revive, actually just is my favorite model kit. Love this kit. And here he is with the HGUC Revive RX-78-2. As you can see, big difference. Like the model kit's actually slightly bigger, but it's also it doesn't look as nice as this one. It doesn't have that matte finish. But anyway, absolutely awesome figure. If you can ever find this guy, I'd highly recommend him. Anyway, this is Custom Media Creations signing out. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all on the next one.